AI agency versus traditional business. Which makes more money in 2026? All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Imagine I gave you a choice today between two completely different paths. Business number one, it requires a physical location, employees, equipment, inventory, and potentially tens of thousands of dollars just to get the doors open. But business number two? Well, you can start that one with a laptop, a decent internet connection, a few software tools, and a specialized skill that you can actually learn. Now, here's the really fascinating part about the material we're looking at today. Both of these business models can legitimately generate $10, $20, or even $50,000 a month, but they get there in fundamentally different ways.
Right out of the gate, we're contrasting two totally opposite paths to wealth. On one hand, you've got the traditional model, a business that relies heavily on physical people, heavy equipment, and real-world operations. On the flip side, you have the AI agency. This model uses artificial intelligence to automate work, drastically reduce costs, and serve multiple clients without adding anywhere near the same physical overhead. It's basically the classic bricks and mortar versus the digital frontier.
So picture this. You've got exactly 10 grand to invest right now and you want to start a business. Your very first instinct, especially if you've been doom scrolling on social media lately, might be to automatically say, well, obviously AI is better, it's the future. But we really need to slow down here, because that right there is exactly where so many entrepreneurs make their absolute first mistake. They pick a business just because it's currently trending, rather than picking it because there's an actual, highly valuable problem to solve out in the market.
So, which one should you actually build? An AI agency or a traditional business? And frankly, more importantly, which one actually gives you the best shot at building serious long-term wealth? Because listen, there is a massive difference between a business that looks wildly profitable on Instagram and a business that actually deposits cold hard cash into your bank account. In this explainer, we're going to compare these two models from the ground up: startup costs, profit margins, scalability, and risk. And I promise, we are going to look at the actual math.
Before we get into the numbers, this all boils down to one foundational rule. A business isn't successful just because it's traditional, and it certainly isn't successful just because it slaps the word AI on its website. It is successful because customers are actively willing to pay for a solution. Please, burn this quote into your brain. Customers do not buy business models, they buy outcomes.
Let's start with our thesis, the traditional business. Let's think about a straightforward local commercial cleaning company. You find customers who need their offices or commercial buildings cleaned, you provide the service, the customer pays you, and then you pay your workers. Let's break down those economics. Say you hit $30,000 a month in revenue. That sounds amazing, right? But you can't just look at that 30 grand and say, awesome, I'm making $30,000, because revenue is just the cash coming in. Once you pay your workers, let's say 12 grand, and you buy supplies for 2 grand, run vehicles for another 2 grand, spend 2 grand on marketing, and then drop 3 grand on insurance and admin, suddenly you are left with roughly $9,000 in profit before taxes. Now, that's a very grounded, very real business. It's a great business, actually. But it comes with one major hurdle.
And that hurdle is the growth problem. If you want to double a traditional business, you almost always have to painfully double your physical resources. Sure, you need more customers, but you also urgently need more workers, more mops, more vans, more managers, and significantly more operational headaches. Basically, every single dollar of growth requires a heavy physical lift.
Which brings us to our antithesis, the AI agency.
Okay, so instead of cleaning physical offices, imagine you're helping businesses clean up and automate their repetitive digital tasks. You could be helping a company with their customer support, their lead follow-ups, appointment scheduling, whatever it is. You find an expensive problem, you create a solution using AI and automation, and they pay you for it. Let's say you charge a $2,000 setup fee and then $1,000 a month on retainer. You land just 5 clients. Boom. Instantly, that's 10 grand in setup revenue plus an ongoing $5,000 in monthly recurring revenue, or MRR. Now imagine scaling that up to 20 clients. You are looking at $20,000 a month in recurring revenue. And because you're delivering software and automation, your operating costs are remarkably lower than a physical business. But yeah, you guessed it, there is a massive catch.
You know all those posts saying, start an AI agency and make 50 grand in 30 days? Yeah, ignore them. Simply owning a ChatGPT account or knowing how to string together some automation software absolutely does not make you an entrepreneur. If you walk into a local business and just announce, hey, I can build you an AI chatbot, the owner's going to look right at you and go, okay, so what? They honestly don't care about your technology. They only care about lowering their costs and increasing their profit. Which brings us to the absolute secret weapon of the AI agency, and quite frankly, the most powerful concept in all of business: leverage.
Leverage means building a standardized system exactly once and then deploying it multiple times. Think about it. In a traditional service business, if you get 50 clients, you literally have to go hire more managers to handle the load. But with an AI agency, you can build a standardized AI system, tweak it, and then deploy variations of that exact same system for 50 different clients. Suddenly, 1 hour of your work creates value across dozens of customers. That is technological leverage.
Let's look at how this plays out in the real world with two entrepreneurs, Alex and Ryan. Alex starts that traditional cleaning company, and Ryan starts an AI automation agency. After 6 months, Alex has 15 clients, bringing in $25,000 a month. Ryan has 8 clients, paying $1,500 each, giving him $12,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Now, at first glance, Alex is clearly winning, right? But the real magic is in the scaling method. When Ryan figures out his repeatable system, he scales entirely through tech. At 30 clients, Ryan hits $45,000 a month with practically zero extra physical overhead. Meanwhile, Alex has to scale through more people and more vans. Both are excellent businesses, for sure, but the type of leverage they use is fundamentally different.
But hey, let's be entirely fair to the traditional business here, because it holds a massive secret advantage. Because the AI agency has such a ridiculously low barrier to entry, you literally just need a laptop and Wi-Fi, the competition is incredibly fierce. Everyone wants in. Traditional businesses, on the other hand, have a much higher barrier to entry, but they possess something magical: guaranteed existing demand. People are always going to need their buildings cleaned, their cars repaired, and their plumbing fixed. When a pipe bursts in your kitchen, you don't care if the plumber uses AI. You just want the water to stop. That kind of boring predictability, it is highly profitable.
So if you're gonna go the AI route, you absolutely have to know how to survive that intense competition. Specificity is your only lifeline here. You have to avoid generic pitches like, "We provide AI solutions." You'll get ignored every single time. Instead, you win by saying something like, "We help local roofing companies automatically follow up with missed calls and website inquiries." See the difference? You are naming a specific niche, pointing out a painful problem, and promising a tangible result. Remember, do not sell the AI. Sell the result that the AI actually produces.
All right, let's bring it all together. Synthesis, the hybrid business model.
So, going back to our main question, which model actually makes more money in 2026? The one with massive leverage or the one with existing demand? Well, the smartest answer is actually a hybrid approach. Instead of building a generic tech agency, you choose a boring, traditional, existing industry. Think real estate, dental practices, or property management. Then, you hunt down a repetitive, expensive bottleneck in their daily operations. When you build an AI solution for that specific bottleneck, you aren't just selling technology anymore, you are directly selling time saved, money recovered, and revenue created.
If you're starting from absolute zero today, the source material gives us a fantastic practical playbook. Step 1, pick just one industry. Do not try to target everyone. Step 2, find one expensive problem by really studying how they operate. Step 3, build a simple solution. Seriously, don't try to build the next massive software platform. Just solve that one specific problem. Step 4, get your first customer to prove that it actually works. And finally, Step 5, turn it into a repeatable offer. Document it, standardize it, and sell that exact core solution to other similar businesses.
The absolute biggest takeaway from this explainer is this: the golden opportunity isn't really a battle of AI versus traditional business. The real opportunity is taking a boring, already profitable industry and upgrading it with AI. Think about it. The industry already has customers, they already have cash flow, and they already have really expensive problems. The entrepreneurs who win this game won't be the ones obsessing over the newest AI buzzwords. They'll be the ones obsessing over applying technological leverage to real-world demand.
Because at the end of the day, business is and always has been about solving problems. It's never just been about owning the latest tech. So, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought to chew on today. Stop asking yourself, what's the hottest new AI business? And start asking yourself this exact question. What business problem out there is expensive enough that someone would happily pay me to solve it? Find that problem, build the leverage to solve it, and the wealth will absolutely follow. Thanks for exploring this